Hey, hi, howdy, how's it going? We're live.
Hey, hi, hello.
Oh, it's three strikes. What is he
Howdy
doing here?
ho.
Get rid of that guy. His perfectly punchable face.
Doesn't he
Hello,
know their
everyone.
adults are talking?
There it is.
Hello.
No, that's not what I wanted.
Not the face. Not my moneymaker. Oh, look at the little mushroom friends.
What?
Look at the little mushroom friends. I mean, the one on the far right is clearly just a penis holding a mace, but...
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy any other mushrooms. I just bought the seeds.
It's like mushroom warrior, mushroom barbarian, and then there's like water drop.
Yeah, water drop.
They remind me of the watermelons from Steven Universe because they're like somehow really full of emotion without actually having emotion. I love it.
They're sentient, overly emotional things with like no faces. So good luck figuring it out. Oh, you can? Oh man, that's wild.
So, are we ready?
We are.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to this game of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I am the DM this evening, and I have 4 players here with me, one of which is super sparkly at the moment. Excuse me. But last time, you all had been given the objective of finding out what happened to one Floon Blagmar, with Volothamp concerned about his friend, and probably more than that, had sent you off with a little bit of money and the promise of more when you brought him back safely. You all had run an investigation, saw that there was some conflict between the Xanathar's Guild and the Zentarum, 2 criminal organizations that are trying to manage a foothold in Waterdeep. You gathered information when you discovered Renaer Neverember, who had told you that Floon might have been mistaken for himself. You had recruited Neverember to assist you in recovering, finding out what happened and helping you out, and made your way into the sewers, where you eventually came upon a Xanathar's hideout. Making your way through the sewers, you managed to kill some goblins, some other bandits, before finally coming upon a room with the man you were looking for, beaten within an inch of his life, with an orc holding fire in his hands, standing over him and tormenting him. But more than that, there was a strange nightmare's figure with tentacles coming out where his mouth would have been, and petting what looked like a disembodied brain with legs. The figure stood up, leaving this brain creature and the orc to dispose of you, while he promptly left through the doors on the side here. And upon defeating the orc and this brain, the man known as Floon looked up at you and said, "Are you here to save me?" And that's where we pick up.
That depends on what your definition of saving is.
Getting out of here safely.
Oh, then yes.
Oh, then you're in the right place.
Yep, you're in luck.
Oh,
You
that's-
happen to be Floon
Yes,
Raggle Brabra.
I am Floon Blagmar.
Right, that's what I said.
Is this the blue-haired guy we're looking for?
This is the dragon obscuring, yes. The eligible bachelor, as it were.
Renair is helping Flume to his feet, putting an arm around him to help steady him.
It's uncanny, the resemblance between them.
It is pretty close.
Are you sure you're not related?
No, I am not related to him.
Flume, you could be royalty.
I mean, I am sometimes.
See? Have you ever thought of being a Never Ember? You could. It was an old story. It was the princess and the courtesan, or something along that line. They swapped places, and one of them died, and it was truly tragic, and nobody learned a valuable lesson.
That sounds like an awful story.
Usually it is.
That sounds like a romantic story.
I mean, you might get kidnapped again. Just say so.
You know,
I have had enough kidnappings for now, I think.
yeah. And Eleanor will cast Cure Wounds on him since he looks pretty beat up.
He looks very beat up.
Looks quite beat up.
I won't even have you roll, he just pops back to full.
Yeah, those big NPC HP wounds.
Yeah.
So good that a single punch from a strong-ish person can kill them outright.
I mean, they can be killed by house cats, so...
Yeah, we've seen
House
that.
cats are fucking scary, though. Have you seen their attacks?
But you reach out and you put a hand on him, and you see some of the scrapes and bruises. You see some of the bruises start to fade, and some of the scratches knit together. More notably, there are some burn marks that quickly fade. And he looks back and says, "Thank you."
No problem. Nobody should suffer like that, especially for information. You just fast.
Yeah, he starts to.
You shut your whole mouth.
Did you tell them anything?
He starts to stand up and is like, "I think I can stand now." Oh, and falls back into Never Ember's arms. Who just like awkwardly pats him on the back.
So do you know why they took you?
Took me? No, they put
thought
a
you were
bag
him.
over my head.
I'll gesture over to Rainier. Remember, the resemblance is uncanny?
I'm confused. What is the question?
Was he always this stupid, or is it the brain damage from the brain?
Brain damage from the brain. I'm dying. No, wait. Hold on. I might actually be dying.
You're fine, I'm sure. They most likely took you because they mistaked you for him and all kinds of
Nair
craziness.
speaks up and speaks up at that point. He's like, "Look, I already feel guilty enough about that."
Well, it's not.
Well, it's not your fault.
Yes, but it's circumstantial.
It's the burdens of good looks. He's cursed to look like you, and so they thought they could get money off of him.
I appreciate the flattery.
Right, that was what I was doing. So, is anybody else ready to get out of the literal shithole that we're in?
One would hope so.
I mean, it smells kind of nice. Good for mushrooms.
I mean, it is a really nice environment for it.
Before we leave, can I find whatever torture tool that bloke was using and dig through his pockets to see if he has any more?
Yes, let me pull him up real quick. No, wrong one. He has a set of dark, dingy roads. He has a dagger, just a regular dagger, and a spellcasting focus. Oh, and check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oops. Yes, you find those 3 items along with a spellbook, and that appears to be it.
Okay, no information given on the torture tools.
It looks like he was beating them with his fists and
Aw.
using
And
probably
fire.
magic to burn him.
Amateur.
We can find a place to sleep tonight. I have some ingredients I can play with.
Everybody back to Rainier's.
Let me
For
see.
some
Or should
rest
we just-
and probably a bath, because this place is disgusting.
Or should we just take him back to his boyfriend? That was the matter of getting paid.
Elizabeth, what's your passive perception?
13.
Alright, I'll give it to you. Back here, from where you're standing, you see that there is something tucked behind the chair.
Ooh, just a moment, friends. I see something curious. Elizabeth is going to investigate.
There is a wooden chest that is just pressed up against it.
Do it. Yeah. Oh, friends, we might have some interesting loot over here. Care to join me?
From a safe distance.
Sure. I'll scurry over.
I will stay quite far
Yes.
from.
Come into the fireball distance. Just gonna try and run my fingers along the underside of the lid to see if there's any obvious traps. I don't expect to find anything because my investigation is well shit.
Roll me an investigation.
Yeah, I don't find anything.
Seems fine.
You know, I'm a
No,
little
crack it.
smaller. I might be able to look up little. Never mind. You got this.
I'll crack it open if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked. Lime and Elizabeth, go ahead and roll me dexterity saves.
High five for safety.
Yay, team not really doing terrible things.
Wait, he's
You
doing-
both flinch
Wow.
really well. Nothing happens. But you were ready for it.
Oh, that was a bit of an anticlimax, don't you think? No matter.
I kind of get my horns between her legs to look. What are we looking at?
Inside the chest, there are 2 potions, 16 gold pieces, 82 silver pieces, and 250 copper pieces.
With my alchemy background, can I make out what kind of potions they are?
Yes. They are potions of healing.
Well, that's quite a nice little find, if I do say so myself.
Did you find anything nice?
A handful of coins. Nothing to have a night at the strippers and, well, expensive whorehouses, but it will do fine.
And then the 2 potions.
You gotta speak up.
And
Can't
then
hear
the 2
you.
potions.
Who wants to be responsible for holding delicate glass vials?
Not it.
Oh, me. I got the perfect thing.
Okay, you can have them, dear.
I put them in my alchemy supplies. With, you know, the troll blood and the ooze.
I'll scoop up the coins for now. If anyone needs to buy anything, do give me a poke.
Okay.
Are we ready to go then?
I do believe so.
Alright, backtracking the way you came.
Yeah.
It seems so.
Alright. So, you all leave, not probably keen on not finding out where that monster with the tentacle face had gone. Easily enough, you are able to make your way back to find one of the sewer grates and make your way out into the city.
It's the city.
It is indeed the city.
Ah, fresh air.
And you all probably pop out. Probably somewhere around this area.
So, should we go find Floon's boyfriend or not?
No.
Moon comes up and he's like, "Ah, fresh air, it's been ages."
You've been gone for a day.
It seems like forever to me. Renair just kind of looks. He's still supporting him and says, "How could you think he's related to me?"
Well, the face, first of all.
Okay, that's fair. Where does he need to go?
Skewered dragon.
Alright. So you all are heading there, or?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You had met Volo at the Yawning Portal. But you can drop him off at the Skewered Dragon, too.
Isn't that where he was taken from? It's
After he
probably
left.
under watch.
Ooh, that's very true. Well,
I mean, if we're taking him back to Volo, we should probably go to the Yawning Portal.
would be the first place to look.
I mean, it's probably where he's going to be and where we would have been told to collect our money.
Yeah, and kill all the birds with one stone.
Do we get to keep the feathers?
You have feathers?
Birds have feathers. If we kill the birds, do we get to keep the feathers?
I see what you did there. I like that.
Renair just kind of like looks at. I think she's serious.
Has a heart attack.
Asterope just says nothing and continues walking. Just slow head shake.
Eleanor just like, oh, smooths her dress down as she goes.
Easily enough, though, you're able to make it back to the Yawning Portal. Looking around, Volothamp is indeed sitting at a table, looking in one of his books, flipping through it. occasionally glances up from the table. And when he sees you and then sees Floon walk in, his eyes light up and he immediately stands up and starts running over. Oh, you did it! It's a Floon. He's safe. And instantly goes in for to hug Floon and after a quick exchange, looks to the rest of you. Oh, I'm so glad.
Good, now kiss.
I'll do that later. How about the drink? To celebrate.
How about the money?
Yes, the money you owe us would be much more preferable. That way we can buy our drinks.
Oh,
We won't. We'll still expect you to buy us some, but
Of course,
we'd have the option to.
Oh no, that's all right. I confess that I have but a few coins to spare, but never let it be said that Volo reneges on the promise.
The tentacle monster manifests behind Floon.
I think you're out of charges.
It doesn't matter. It's still there.
I cast minor illusion to make it look like it's there.
Allow me to present you with something much more valuable. And he reaches into his robe and pulls out a scroll.
And wrong. I can do it a number of times equal to my charisma modifier. I
What's your
had
charisma
2
modifier?
more uses of it.
That's
No,
strong as
one
fuck.
more. One more use.
Do you want to use it?
No.
Okay.
That was a joke because he wasn't going to pay us.
But he pulls out a scroll too, and says, "This is the deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. We need a magistrate to witness the transfer of ownership. I can arrange a meeting with one after you've inspected the estate."
I'm gonna grab the back of Floon's clothes. Alright, is this acceptable? Or are we taking him back?
Let's see the place first. But when you say property, you're not talking like a little shack, right?
No, it's more of a manor.
Immediately, Eleanor perks up as soon as you say that.
What district is this manor in? Because that's what's really important. Retail value and all.
It's in the North Ward.
Northward is good. Very well. But we're taking Floon as collateral.
Out of the hands of a set of torturers, straight into the hands of a different set.
No, thank you. I'm feeling very tired.
Now I summon the tentacle monster. I insist.
You just summon right in the middle of the.
No, I summon it directly under Floon and he is restrained. I insist.
Right in the middle of the tavern. You can,
Fine,
just
it,
making sure.
it manifests under Floon's clothes so that
I'm-
nobody else sees it. And it's restraining him
Seems
in
up
a
from the
very
floor.
lewd and unprofessional way. No,
Roll me stealth check.
I'll do it. I'll do it, just you wait.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Would it be alright if you
I
accompanied
accidentally
us?
cast it inside of his body.
Oh no.
Roll me damage.
No, not happening. Well, that would be a whole different campaign if we did that.
I will allow you to do it, but
I'm not doing it.
okay.
The first time I say it's a joke, it means it's a joke.
You know I'm bad at
Well-
reading those.
Not.
Well, let's go inspect it. Worst case scenario is it's still a free place.
I mean, it's not free. It's being paid. Sure, let's go. Before he gives us a
I'm
reason
bringing
to change our
Floon with
mind.
me.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm bringing Floon with me.
He's refusing to go.
That I will pull him.
Make a rap
Where
check.
in the... Eleanor's just watching all this like, where in the North Ward is it so I can go look?
No,
You
Is
give
that
me
athletics or strength? It doesn't matter. It's
It would be strength. No.
the same. It's a +1 either way.
He does not make it.
Ah,
You grab him, you start dragging me. He's like, I really don't want to be kidnapped again, and he says it quite loudly.
Well, if you don't want to be kidnapped, I'm gonna use my silent speech. If you don't want to go back to your kidnappers, then you better come with us. Hope this manor is worth it, or Ragnar will give us his house.
No, I really feel like I'm being kidnapped.
Oh, he's just delusional from his time in the sewers. Don't listen to him, everyone.
There's a few people staring at you.
And like a little chihuahua, I will try and bring him with us.
Asterope is going to look at the people staring. Nothing to see here. Go about your business. 11.
You see, you hear the heavy thud of a large weapon being set on the counter again, and Durnan looks out across and says, "Don't."
Don't what?
Just arches an eyebrow.
I cast Fireball and run.
Oh god.
Bonus action.
I don't have Fireball, you goober.
Eleanor's just like, hi, Durnan, and immediately starts walking to the
He
door.
waves.
Let's go look at this place before everybody gets
I'll
killed.
use my silent speech. We're not kidnapping the fool. He owes us a payment, and we're just trying to collect the debt.
We sound
You
like
don't
the
have to
bad
drag me
guys.
along.
Well, that was my
Look,
silent
I was in a
speech, so
sewer
only-
being tortured for 2 days? 1 day, 2
Then you
days.
would
I
want-
lost track of time.
Then you would want to make sure that your boyfriend pays us for your rescue.
Renair steps up and says, It's fine. I doubt they're going to skip town or anything. I'll keep an eye on them.
I mean, for your sake, I would hope so, because it's your manor if we don't get this one. And she'll just
Yes,
walk
I hear
out.
manors are susceptible to fire.
That would... you all are aware of the code legal, correct? How long have you been in Waterdeep?
My whole life.
Far too long.
Do as you will.
Yes, I find this agreeable. We'll be back in a jiffy.
Show us to this new hovel that you seem to have enough money for, but not enough to pay us.
He'll give you directions. To a troll skull alley.
But before I leave, I'm gonna give Volo a look. And to think, I was gonna share my shrooms with you. I point towards Eleanor, then I'll.
He looks a little confused and maybe a little sheepish.
We continue trying to head out.
Alright. So you all make your way there to the North Ward to check. It's probably... When did you all go down?
Yes.
It was in the morning. So it's like mid-after... It's like around the afternoon now. Middle of the day. There's... It's actually quite hot. Being summer. Midday, there's less people in the road, as there usually is, but you're able to make it there to Troll Skull Alley, where there are a number of structures built around this one area. The the manor in question is pretty large, but in a state of disrepair.
Well, this explains why they didn't want to come with us.
Do we go back and take him?
It's better than nothing, I suppose. Do you know the property value in this city? It's not pleasant.
It is in a good neighborhood. Maybe if we are able to...
You're damn right it's in a good neighborhood.
I'm sorry. Who are you? And why
When
are
you all turn around, you see a elven figure, very finely dressed, and she's... You've actually seen her before. You've seen her playing music in the Yawning Portal.
Oh, you're the one who did the slam poetry about how bad 3 strings is at his job. Yeah, I remember.
Several times, yes. He's 2 strings now, by the way.
That's true. Okay, so you live here as well then?
Yes, I am the proprietor of the Spirit Tap.
Oh. And so
Spirit?
you go
Spirit Tap?
you go to the Yawning Portal when you own your own bar?
Sometimes. It's where many adventurers go.
That's only natural. You wouldn't expect me to go to my own doctor's surgery if I got injured. Well,
Why wouldn't
I do
you?
that, but
Why wouldn't you? You're the doctor who would fix yourself.
yes, I commonly do that because I'm stingy and I don't want to spend money. But okay, bad example.
Very bad.
So what's inside this place? Do I have a place for a lab? I won't explode everything. I mean, I don't explode things. Maybe a little.
Why don't we go inside and take a look?
Yes, we'll at least investigate it before going to set a certain matter on fire.
I advise against it.
Why are you listening in on our conversation?
Curious. But I'll leave.
Like, we'll
And she turns
very,
over here
very
and starts
slowly
walking away.
open the door and like usher the others in, and then very slowly close the door.
I think they're squatters.
They overheard your ideal of arson. You may need to burn down the spirit tap as well.
If it houses lots of alcohol, it should be easy work.
I've seen kobolds running around. It might be easy enough to convince them to do it.
Yes, that gives us an easy scapegoat too.
You say that, they're more likely to set themselves on fire than the place.
Well, that's fine.
And
as
then
long
they
as
run
as long as they
kicking
do
and
so
screaming
inside
into
of
the
the
fire.
tavern.
I'm going to take a look around, find a proper place for a laboratory, and make sure it's worth the money that I didn't get.
It's quite large. It would take time going through it. The floors creak a little bit. There's sheets thrown over a number of furniture. It's very much in a, like I said before, in a state of disrepair. It can be fixed, but
Is it livable disrepair?
I'm sorry?
Is it a livable disrepair? Like, you stopped in the middle of renovation, but there are still rooms and stuff that you can sleep and eat in?
Yes, there are still rooms. Like, the rooms and everything are intact. It does need to be treated and fixed up, and could probably use a new coat of paint. But out of all the buildings in Troll Skull Alley, this appears to be the only one that is in that state.
It's doable, but I still believe we got shafted.
Yeah, this is nothing like the manor my proprietors have.
Well, let's begin making plans to restore and then flip it for a profit.
Yes, I'm sure there's some way we can get cheap lumber.
I have a couple of things I want to look at.
Alright.
Are we going out? Are we staying in? I'm not very good with my hands.
You should definitely hire somebody else to do it. I'm not prone to doing physical labor.
That, and if you're looking for a room that won't explode with some kind of experimentation, find one with lots of windows.
Also that.
We do have the matter of this spellbook I found. We might be able to flip it for some coins to hire some laborers.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Though, I have no idea what's in it, and can't say I'm overly familiar with the stuff. My abilities come naturally to me. Well, naturally to me through prayer. Still somewhat natural.
So we need to go find somebody who can identify what kind of spells are in there. Because that'll tell us how much it's worth, right? If there's like really powerful magic in there.
Let's hope, but considering where we found it, I highly doubt that.
At the very least, we could probably get enough for at least a nice little table and chairs. Someone to sweep up. She's like kicking some dust on the floor with her foot.
We should find something productive to do.
Do any of you have the identify spell?
Nope.
I do not. I have detect magic.
Okay.
I don't think I do either. And I might be able to get it tomorrow, though.
And you're talking about the book you found on the orc?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Would you like to open it up and look at it?
Yeah, sure.
Roll me Arcana.
He was only a torturer for what, sorry?
Roll me Arcana.
Crud.
You have no idea what these spells are.
I can't make anything out of these pages. Would anyone else like to have a go?
No. I'm quite alright, thank you.
I know ingredients, not spells.
Well, I'm not arcanely inclined. I'll give it a poke.
Yeah, Elizabeth hands it over. Or no.
She's holding it upside down.
You get a headache staring at it.
She holds it upside.
These
That one
look like
almost looks like a
symbols.
giraffe.
This one looks like a cup. Weird.
Hey, Eleanor, how do your mushrooms work? Can you make like specific ones, or do they just, you know?
I just kind of the spores will plant themselves and then they blossom into, I guess, whatever they want. I don't get to determine it so much. They tell me which ones they are, so I know which ones are safe to eat.
Alright, well that's no help. I have to go back to the purple guy.
Why, are you looking for any kinds in particular?
Yes, but I don't remember what the shroom was called. It's the one for my tobacco. I got it from the purple guy. By the place we just came from.
Well, if you can find out which one it is, I can probably see if I can grow a small bit of them. Shouldn't be too hard.
So are we going out to explore this shithole? Or are we gonna stay inside for the night?
Are there beds here?
I suppose we can make do.
There are beds, there are no mattresses.
Son
Okay,
of a
this will
bitch.
not work. So, we are all in agreement that we are killing Volapamp when we see him next. Right?
At least a good kick down the yawning portal, yeah.
That will work as well.
Well, we can go sell the book, see if it's worth anything,
I could
see if we
poison
can stay. I mean, that is a plan, though I think we should wait till we see how we can go about fixing this place up, because if this is going to cost a fortune, well, I don't have access to mine anymore, so then we shove him down the yawning portal or give him the poison tea.
We have to pay for our own place now, too. It's not much of a reward.
It's like owning property costs money.
It's the worst. Why would anyone want to own
Thanks for
property in
rescuing
this
my
economy?
friend. Here's this thing that's gonna cost you money.
Here's your bill.
Yeah, here's your bill for saving my friend.
being
I mean, if
part
you want to look
of
at it that
the
way.
being
That
part
is how
of
I'm
the
looking at it.
being part of the alchemist guild, could I get in touch with them here in town to get basic necessities like some mattresses and blankets?
The Alchemist Guild?
Yeah.
Can
I
make one in a potion? I don't. I mean, if you could,
But
that'd
it
be
says the
cool.
guild membership, they will give me a place to stay, lodging, and food.
Oh.
But I was wondering if maybe if I got in contact with them, maybe they have some extra supplies that they could.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth just rolls out her bedroll on one of the beds. This will do for the time.
Yeah. If you all wanted to, you can take a long rest. You still have you can contact the guild and they can probably point you in the right direction. I don't think supplying furniture is really in their wheelhouse unless it's alchemy based. But they can probably point you in the right direction. You could ask Renair or Volotham.
We could ask Volapamp or Renair. Especially Volapamp, she says, with like her eyes a little bit narrowed. He owes us at least mattresses.
Well, I do have a fistful of coins I found from that chest. I can't say I've ever tried to work out how much a mattress would run me, but it might work for the time.
I have 2 potions of healing. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to make sure. I want to spend part of my rest examining it and seeing if I can replicate it and or make it stronger.
Which is this now?
One of the potions of healing.
Okay. Do you have?
I already know what I need for this.
Do you have the feat for that?
I have. No, I don't. I didn't know it was feet.
I think there's a feat that allows it to be done like during a long rest or something. But if you're like looking to upgrade a potion, that's usually just time and materials.
Okay, can I at least look at it to see like what kind of materials I need to keep an eye out for? If I don't already have them on me.
I don't think 5e is really useful in that regard.
Yeah, I know. Their use of the supplies suck.
Yeah, but it's for let's see. I guess for making a greater healing potion, you could they'd have supplies in Waterdeep easy. It would cost. You're already using a potion, so.
Well, I'm using the potion to figure
To
out like
improve
what
one.
ingredient.
Give Xanathar a gaze. Under the like alchemist supplies, you can identify a poison or identify a substance.
That's not a bad
It doesn't tell you what that actually does, but it gives a base DC and a few ideas as to what you can do. I think herbalism kit, yeah. Find plants or identify poison at a higher DC. That's fucking useful.
It would be. It probably cost somewhere just if you wanted to buy the materials yourself, just like probably around 50 gold, which I believe is about a fifth of what a greater healing potion would be.
And what if I just wanted to replicate the one I have, which is I think a regular?
It would be 25 gold of buying materials to make yourself.
Which one do I have? Okay, I'll
Or
keep
you
that in
could
mind.
or you could go out and look for your own outside the city somewhere.
Alright. That's all I wanted to do for my long rest.
Okay. Yeah, you have an idea of how to do it. Because of your specialty, like making the materials yourself, or buying the materials yourself would cost half of what it normally would be. Just buying it outright, since you're putting time into it. Or you could like go out, make a survival check, see if you can find anything yourself.
I'll try that.
Okay.
Before I go to bed, I'll try to find materials myself.
Okay, that would be outside the city, so it would probably be like a rest of the day thing. Go ahead and make me survive.
It's still like what, midday, early evening?
Yeah.
Nope.
You go out and start searching, but you don't quite find the right materials you're hoping to improve upon this potion. You know what you need. You just don't come across anything.
Sounds legit. Thank you.
Sorry. Alright, so anybody else doing anything for the evening?
Nope.
Alright. So the next day comes around. What would you all like to do? You all have a long rest? You feel recharged?
Look for a good spot to start a mushroom garden.
Oh,
Because
Was
we'll use
this-
Volothamp as compost.
Was that... Was that something that Rez redeemed?
What? I don't know what that is.
In Twitch?
And you gotta tell me what you're looking at.
And
I
then
don't
a
know.
brick falls on Asteroid.
No, that happened ages ago when
that's just,
Asteroid was talking shit about
the spirit tab.
Nimue.
Oh, sure.
That they're looking for a place that she could, put her own little, like, mushroom garden. She'd probably want to wait for everybody else to go look around so they can figure out where they could get furniture, who they could get to help clean the place, beat up Volothamp, sell a spell book, beat up Volothamp again.
Agree with the beating up of the little guy. Well, bigger than you, but littler than the other guys.
Hey, Volothamp was the one offering the place, so that's why he gets the whooping. Tell someone you're going to offer them a car, and then when they show up, it doesn't even have wheels on it. It's like, it's technically a car.
Well, what about that lady that was, inserting herself? Maybe she knows where we can get some help. Or we can go to Volo and say, you owe us this. It's the least you can do. We saved your boyfriend. Yeah.
Both of these are valid options. I'm not sure which one I like more, though.
We could.
I suspected Volo had the means of paying us to furnish this building. He wouldn't have skipped out on paying us what he owed in general.
He's gonna pay what he owes.
I believe he's hoping to do that with the building.
I mean,
We should at least look around and get acquainted with this new neighborhood. We don't seem to know much about it.
That wouldn't be bad. Plus, then maybe they can help out with the furniture thing.
maybe
I'll
we'll
start by
find
going to the
something
pub.
Or by going to the pub in the morning. You know what? I'll go with you.
I need
Makes
my
for a
breakfast
great
scotch.
It makes for a great breakfast.
Have you guys had pub breakfasts? They're fucking great.
I need to pull up some stuff. 'Cause I didn't think you guys were going this early. Here we go.
If you can't be asked, I can just go there for, a breakfast scotch and then come straight back.
So where are you heading to, specifically?
The Spirit Tap.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for like discarded furniture on the way.
How far are we away from it? Is it just like down the street?
It is right across the street from you. It is not far.
Oh, sweet.
Oh
Man.
goodness.
What I'd give for that kind of property.
We've got a druggie and an alcoholic right across the street from a bar.
Where is it? That's not it.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Praise Volo. He's actually a legend.
Location, location, location.
Here we go. This should have it. Okay, so you're just immediately going right over to the Spirit Tap. It's early in the morning and it looks like they're just opening up. But as you enter, first thing you see is a tentacled creature moving about, kind of repositioning chairs and getting things set up. You also see there are a couple patrons sitting at a table in the corner, as well as a woman heading back and forth from the kitchen to the counter. Not Nimue.
Does the tentacle monster look like Asterope's tentacle monster?
Not in the least.
What color is it?
It is yellow and blue.
I can't remember what immersion that is. That's neat.
I want to get her up to it, and I want to touch it and see if it electrifies me like Astro.
You go up
So
to
I'm
it and you poke it, and
I'm
when
gonna
it-
pet it. I'm gonna pet it.
Okay. It kind of like pauses a moment, and one eye stalk kind of flips over and kind of stares at you, and you hear in your mind, "Can I hope you miss?"
I will respond to it in its mind. Do you electrify people?
No.
Can you?
No, I do possess poisonous barbs, but I don't really use them. There's no need.
I see them. Her eyes go big. The word poisonous.
Well, if there's nothing else, I need to get ready for the day.
I don't.
I'm sorry, what was
Pouts a
that?
little. I said she pouts a little. Not being shown the poisonous barbs.
Look, I tell you what. If you want to get to book a massage later, I think I have some openings.
Well, I think we're really looking for someone to fix up our house. We just got it. Kind of shithole. I need a drink.
That I can get for you. And you see it kind of like float slightly as it's kind of propelling itself forward on its tentacles and drifts behind the bar. It pauses next to the woman behind there who just kind of nods, is like, "Yes, that's not a problem." And she turns around and heads to the back, bringing out before beckoning you over. You wanted to drink?
Yes, yes I do. Me and my friends.
Sure.
Yes,
What do you have?
please.
How many of us are
Your
drinking?
strongest, cheapest scotch.
Strongest and cheapest don't usually go hand in hand, but I can get you that. But we also have a special here, if you're interested.
What's the
Sure.
special?
It's called Ecto Cooler.
Ecto, huh?
She reaches behind the bar and pulls out a bottle of glowing liquid.
Fancy.
Can I look at it
It's
and
the
tell
fanciest thing
what-
here.
Can I tell what is making it glow? Like, is it poisonous upon it be other than it being alcoholic?
Roll me an alchemy check. Add your intelligence.
$17.
With that, I think you pick up that there is a bit of an ethereal essence to it. You can't quite pinpoint exactly what it is, but it has some magical properties to it.
You know, Elizabeth, this is good stuff. It might knock you on your bottom.
I've already
It's
agreed
good.
to it.
Are you purchasing the whole bottle?
How
Sure.
much is the bottle?
The whole bottle is used about, well, 10 gold. It's top shelf.
Ooh, that's a bit steep. Just a glass, thanks.
Alright. 1 gold piece.
I'll have one too.
She'll pour both of you a glass.
Elizabeth will pay for that. Oh, and could we get some breakfast as well?
Sure. What would you like?
A steak and an egg.
That's doable. I'll be back in a
Thank
moment.
you.
Nice.
And she goes into the back to cook. You both hear in your heads, you said you were looking for someone to fix up a house.
Yes, we were given quite the shithole.
Ah, you must be the folks who stepped into the rundown building across the street, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
The boss thought you were squatters.
Well,
so
that's
you
just
say
weird.
you own this place or are looking to buy it?
I believe we're the new unfortunate owner.
I wouldn't say unfortunate. It's a wonderful neighborhood.
Directly across the road from a pub, no less. I'm starting to agree.
Well, this is quite the unique tavern.
Oh, what's so unique about it?
Kind of wiggles his tentacles. The drink, the people. But if you're looking for
Anybody?
people to help repair the building, there are folks around. And you'll have to deal with some of the guild masters, but there's. I imagine the bulk of the job would be from the bent nail.
How do you get there?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How do you get to the bent nail?
Oh, it's just a couple buildings down behind, in the back of the alley.
Is there
Well,
anything
you're-
fun to do around here?
I'm sorry?
Is there anything fun to do around here other than drink?
What kind of fun?
I don't know. I like to experiment on stuff. Sometimes I need subjects for that. Anyone who might volunteer for it?
I think that depends on what kind of experiment you're doing. Now, if you're looking for, I provide massages myself. There's definitely not a sex dungeon in the attic. And if you're looking for other places around the alley, there's an herbalist shop across the street. There's a few interesting fellows. There's a library, bookstore. What exactly are you looking for?
A way to make money. We were kind of gypped out of a bunch of money.
That depends on your talents, I suppose.
I can
Medicine,
teaching
primarily.
a few times. I can make potion-y like things if I have the right ingredients.
Well, Fala, across the street, the herbalist, she makes potions. She might be able to use some assistance. If you're looking to borrow money, there's there are a few people who can help you.
I mean, if I wanted to borrow money, I would just call. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, I mean, we can borrow some and then work to pay it back so we don't have to get a massive debt because, oh boy, let me tell you, some of those people that do that.
Yes, money lenders are never a good thing.
Live is
Depends on
whistling
the-
and kind of looking up.
That depends on the lender.
Exactly! Some lenders are pretty awesome and really cool.
That seems to be a biased argument.
No way. Some of them are really cool, especially if you go to Baldur's Gate. They're the best.
I searched Lime for a wire.
Yeah.
She's wearing like no clothes.
Just an
Is she
advertisement
reading
tattooed
from
on
a
her back.
script?
It's all written on her hand.
Totally not what
While you're handing out information, I don't suppose you'd be able to point us in the direction of someone who might be able to decipher a spellbook.
I can do that.
That would be much appreciated.
Remind me, did Calendria have Arcana?
Yes, she did.
Okay. I can take this upstairs, if you'd like. I'll bring it right back.
If you'd be so kind.
Certainly. And he leaves, and he's gone for about 10 minutes or so. Within that time, the woman comes back and sets plates of food on the table as requested.
I think after we eat, we should check out, the bent nail and maybe go, what was her name? I don't know. She made potions.
To the herbalist across the street.
Yeah. Herbal. Across the street.
Well, that sounds like a plan. What was the cost for the food?
She'll tell you. It's on the house for new neighbors.
Oh, that's very kind.
Also, for those who drink some of the Ecto Cooler, roll me a Constitution save.
Shit.
Y'all forgot? You forgot already how strong that drink is?
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
in much of the game when we were playing around with it.
And Lime did know how strong it was, and she drank it anyways.
I mean, that's fair on both accounts.
Elizabeth, it's very strong, very smooth, very good.
Whoa, that's a breakfast drink, alright.
Yeah, you're able to hold it down. You do feel the buzz of it, and for a moment you think you can see something drifting in front of you, but you're able to maintain it. Lime. It is very good, very smooth, and very strong. So strong, in fact, that your vision becomes a bit blurry, and you can see into the ethereal realm about 5 feet.
Oh my. I haven't had a trip like this in so long.
Since Saturday!
She's enjoying it every second.
Yep. Let's see. But yeah, once the tentacle creature comes back, he'll tell you. Oops, did I miss it? I did. Nope. Wait, I still have it. Yeah. Well, he comes back and he says, "Oh, there's a number of spells in this book," and passes it back over. Burning Hands, Disguise Self, False Life, Shield, Unseen Servant, and Witch Bolt.
If my memory serves, they aren't necessarily amazing spells, but there are some useful ones in there. Someone might be interested in buying that.
Guys, Self and Shield especially, those are usual go-to ones. The wizards I remember growing up around.
False Life isn't terrible for those soft-skinned sad sacks.
You said you're trying to sell it.
Indeed. We don't have anyone in need of it, so best to flog it off for coins.
There's a priestess of Joaquin I know who is always looking for magical effects, including spellbooks.
Now that sounds familiar.
Well, she
Would I be able
usually-
to, realize that they're most likely talking about a buyer, I think, or a dyer?
Do you think that's who they're talking about?
Actually, that's probably using meta knowledge. Never mind.
No, that's fair. Roll me just straight wisdom check. You very distinctly remember seeing a priestess of Joaquin and the spirit attack.
Oh, I don't suppose they frequent the spirit tap quite a bit, and
Well, stop reading my mind.
well, that's very convenient.
You hear that in your head.
Yes, that's not scary at all. Well, that's very useful. Thank you kindly for that. We'll hopefully be able to make the dump across the street look more presentable, at least compared to this fine establishment.
It's...
Matches.
I'm sure it's not too much. You'll just have to have a... probably a talk with whoever sold it to you.
Oh yes, we're going to have a lengthy chat with him, I do believe. Though, it might be wise to get the building appraised first. We don't want to get the pitchforks just yet.
We can find somebody that can help furnish the place. And he's no longer of any use to it.
I mean, at least usable furniture would be good.
Okay,
Or
I
a
didn't mean
start.
it to sound that ominous, and I apologize, but you stuffed a dope on us. It's like, why? So, kind of rude.
Do you guys visit the yawning portal often?
Some of the adventurers do. Frankly, I'm staying quite far away from it.
Do you think you could get a message there for me? I have a friend there who might be able to get us some money. I don't know.
I could look into it.
Do you have a pen and piece of paper?
Oh, you need a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I can write the note,
Yeah, they'll offer it to
the
you.
message. I'm just writing to Jalister.
Mm-hmm.
We had a job. We did it. Got paid a crap house. I need money for supplies. Any suggestions? ... Line.
Yep.
Um,
I need to put him up.
don't you recall what we were just told? We will most likely be going to the Yawning Portal to flog off this book anyhow, so you'll have a decent chance to ask your friend yourself.
Well, I mean, if one gets there before the other.
Do you want to race a courier?
Yes.
Yes, that does sound fun.
So, you're paying a courier. They'll probably do it for 2 silver.
Well, Lime is going to go to the nail place
Okay.
to try and get furniture, and then to the potions place for ingredients.
Alright. So, how about the rest of you?
Yeah, Elizabeth will finish up her food and escort her to those places before going to the Yawning Portal. You know, just in case of muggers or brawls.
Eleanor will go mostly because she wants to visit the little alchemy place or whatever, with the nature shop.
Okay, so,
Maybe she can get a job.
alright, so it's just making sure I understand. Line and Eleanor are going to the carpenters and then the herbalist.
Yeah.
Elizabeth will be going with them as well.
Okay, so you're all going then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Makes it a
So
little
this way,
bit-
maybe he'll get a job by the time we get there.
Alright. So you're all heading over to the Bent Nail, which is just a few buildings down. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, so you all make your way down to the Bent Nail. And actually, let me put you on that map so you can see exactly. Look. This is Troll Skull Alley. Why all of these are here? Oh, no. Oh, that's fine. This is Troll Skull Alley. The Bent Nail is over here. The building you have, and I'll let you decide, can be this one.
I just see a black screen.
Yeah, so do I.
Alright.
Do we have, like,
let's see.
vision privileges or something silly?
It should be. Let me turn that off.
Oh, Troll Skull Alley is a shame. Oh, look at me.
Did that fix it?
Oh yeah.
Sure did.
Alright.
Yeah, I did.
So, you're currently in the spirit tap here. So, the property you were given was here, here, or here. Your choice. The bent nail is down here.
Corner lot, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like it has a bit of a backyard to it, so you could have a
Grow some shrooms.
mushroom garden.
Well, I mean, I'll grow other things too for lime, but nice little spot for mushrooms too would be very nice.
Yep, I'm happy with the corner spot.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, so as you all head out, make your way to the bent nail. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. There's a small wooden sign that hangs above the shop's main door, and it's bare, except for quite literally a large bent nail sticking out of it. Nothing written on it, but it just sticks through the sign. From as you walk in the front room, there are displays with very ornate wooden furniture. There's a selection of bows and crossbows, also very finely crafted. The wall behind the counter has wooden crates, quarterstaffs, and wooden shields. As you all step in, you all hear someone kind of move around, and then a man kind of like lifts his head from behind the counter as he's pushing something in place, and it's a half elf, and he kind of stares up and says, "Oh, hello. How are you all doing? I'm you can call me Tally."
Hi, Tally.
Hello.
Hello.
What can I do for you all today?
We need help fixing up. Does it have a name? Who has the deed for the place?
You technically did not get the transfer complete yet. So, but when you do, you
Shit.
can...
We were supposed to look it over, and then a magistrate was supposed to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're soon. And she's got like her both fingers, like fingers crossed, gonna be owners of the place. A bit across the way from the spirit tab,
Oh,
the one corner building.
the rundown place, the eyesore in the alley. That's fantastic. You can finally have that place fixed up.
Which is what brought us here. We are in, and she claps her hands together, desperate need of furniture.
All right. I'll have to take a look inside the place to be able to give you an estimate, but and just kind of to expedite it. After he takes a look, he'll tell you that for basically for this building, to have it completely renovated. And this will pretty much include everything, not just what you need specifically, but furniture and everything else. It's 1,000 gold pieces to renovate over the course of 12 days. That's not including the licenses and contracts.
Do you have a payment plan?
I can work with you.
That's
I think we were shafted and we should go beat him up.
Oh, I plan on
Yes.
it.
I
That's
mean, if you're opening the place up as a hotel, perhaps, if I noticed that there's a number of rooms inside, or you can make your own business, a different kind of business if you prefer.
Ooh, a bed and
yes. I did
breakfast.
have a surgery in mind, or rather, a doctor's patient, but
Well, there you go.
that will use all of one room out of the several.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a
I
lot of
mean,
smaller
we
rooms.
don't know what's gonna happen. I mean,
You can
there
have
could be a natural disaster in like 2 days.
you can have you can use some of the rooms as to house patients.
We can use the back house as a hospital herbal area. Then we've got the little garden.
That
Eleanor.
the back one wouldn't be bad because you could keep it in a more sterile environment from everybody else, and any kind of herbal remedies you would need, we could grow. Like if we needed specific medications for people, I could grow that.
And then maybe we can make the front of house like maybe like a little apothecary, or I don't know Asterope's talents. Maybe she can sing, or
Something
or do
with
a little
tentacles.
jig.
Something with big, weird tentacles. I mean, that's an
Maybe she
assumption.
can make masks.
I mean, it
Hmm.
sounds like you all have the skills to start a pretty good business.
Hmm. You just need the money,
Yes.
which means we'll most likely have to find some kind of lender that at least has fair rates while we work it off.
Uh, I'm
I might
Yes.
know a
It's got
guy or two or three.
Do you know any people in town?
myself. Um, hmm. I I suppose if you wanted to ask, um, uh, hmm. I don't know. I suppose it depends on who you know. Um,
Would Lime know of any associates in Waterdeep?
roll me just a straight wisdom check. Okay.
17.
Yes, you can think. You don't know any specifically, but you think you know who you can get in. You think you know there are people who can get in contact with those who could help.
If we need a money lender, I mean, I can find one. I can almost guarantee they won't beat us up if we don't pay them.
Well, I certainly hope not. If anything, we'll let them take Volofamp's legs as collateral. Good luck writing your next book now, asshole. She says it like loudly under her breath.
I don't. Just don't take money from the Xanathars of the Centaur. I mean, I think you'd be fine.
Okay. Well, we will try to get our funding set in order, and then we'll come back to hire you to help take care of the furnishings.
All right.
Hopefully, we can take care of this fairly quickly as soon as we talk to Volothamp and the magistrate.
Well, I can get started on making some furniture here anyway. Worst case scenario, can just sell it in the store.
That'd be amazing. Thank you so much.
Gives a nod.
Okay, so then we've got this sorted. That's good. So I guess we'll continue on our little neighborhood tour.
As you as you walk back down the street, you pass um, a building, and hanging on the sign is or you can hear you can feel heat start coming from within inside, and you can hear the clang of a forge. Um, the sign as you pass it reads Steam and Steel. Further down, you can see another sign that says Coralon's Crown, and that you get the sense is the herbalist.
Well, since it's on the way, you want to poke your head into this place? And she just looks at the sign with her hands on it, like, that looks like a romance novel title. I like it. Steam and Steel.
What? That sounds utterly ridiculous, Elizabeth says, but naturally she veers and, like, kind of silently moves the group towards the door.
Into Steam and Steel?
Yes.
Okay. You all enter the forge, and inside you instantly see a red-skinned man. He's not wearing a shirt, has bright orange hair, cropped short, and a very elaborate golden circle with a gem set into the center. And he's bent over an anvil, hammering some iron out, turning it over. He kind of glances up and he says, "Ah, customers." And then you hear, "Oh, someone's here," and a much more effeminate man kind of pokes his head out of the back, and this one is blue-skinned, with kind of like a wavy ice-colored hair. And they kind of march to the front while the red-skinned man continues to hammer. Can I help you?
Hello. Name is Eleanor.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Avi. That's Imbrick.
Oh, I'm delighted. These are my associates, Elizabeth and Lime.
Pleasure to meet you.
We are going to be moving into the property a bit across from the Spirit Tap. Some of the delightful carpenter called an eyesore, and hoping to fix that.
He's not wrong. And you hear the continuing clang before he sticks the metal in. But
Yeah,
it is
he's
good
not
that
wrong.
you are looking to fix it up. It would undoubtedly be a fine place, I'm sure.
Oh yes, we have a rough estimate of the money, and whew, it's gonna be fun looking to borrow that kind of gold. But we wanted to stop in, see what this place is, check out the neighborhood.
Avi kind of looks back and he's like, "You hear that, darling? Well, it sounds like we're going to be making a lot of nails for Tally. Well, get to work." And he turns around and goes to the back to gather materials, just in preparation. Well, it's sorry about him. It's lovely to meet you all.
Oh, no need to apologize.
And it's lovely to meet you two as well.
Is there anything I could provide for you in the meantime? We make weapons and armor here.
Do you have a sex dungeon in your attic?
No. Oh, you heard about that already. No, that's
I mean, no, I didn't hear about that at all.
It's just mouthing it, like she doesn't say everything. You just see Eleanor mouthing it. Oh my god, it's true.
It's no, that's at the Spirit Tap.
Is that a prerequisite to live in this neighborhood?
No, no.
I don't know if we have an attic like for that, but
They cater to very specific needs. You should see
oh.
Aslet Chap's Day. It is a sight to behold.
You know, well, I'd imagine.
Well, she didn't tell us that when we were there for breakfast.
Probably because the promotion's not running right now.
Well, they usually do that kind of thing in the evening.
Oh,
But
we're gonna have to go back and get a menu. Well,
they do
seeing as how
they provide food and entertainment.
it'll be definitely a lovely place to relax and unwind at, that's for sure.
Ha, relax. Sometimes.
Well, seeing as how and she's like trying to motions to the wooden quarter staff strapped to her back. I'm a bit more of the naturally inclined. I'm sure my friends here probably would be quite interested in any kind of armaments and things.
Well, certainly. Just let us know. We also can check if they make anything else.
I do have a bit of a request, though I do believe I'll need more funds before I can make it happen. I recently had a run-in with a big ball of acid. Thus, my chain shirt is, partially melted together in some parts and not as flexible or useful as I'd appreciate.
Armor is my specialty, actually. Let me have a look.
Elizabeth is just kind of like lifts it off over her head, hands it over.
Yeah, he comes out from behind the counter to inspect it. Yes, acid birds indeed. This can be repaired. I would need the day to do so. Let's see, how much is a chain shirt?
50 gold.
50 gold? I can repair it for 5 gold.
Oh, that is quite a bit cheaper than buying a new one. That's it. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
And I just have to replace some loose links.
Fantastic. Elizabeth will dig out 5 gold right now.
And he'll accept it and he's like, come back for it in the evening. I'll have it ready.
Great. Thank you kindly.
And you can see that they turn around and are already reaching into a basket where they have prepared links of chain, and they start holding it up to the patch that's kind of welded together, and take out pliers and get ready to work on it. Is there anything else I can do for you all?
Actually, I'm not sure. We have another friend who's not with us right now, but let's see if she needs anything.
Alright.
We will definitely tell her about this place. Thank you very much for everything.
You're quite welcome.
Onward to the next shop.
The next shop. Corlan's Crown. This is the herbalist shop. As you approach, you go up to the door, and when you pull on it, it's locked for a minute, but then you start seeing something move through the window, and it looks like a plant, and then you hear the lock on the door unlatch, and then the door opens, and you can see it is a small tree holding the door open with a branch.
Oh, hello there.
Wow.
Are you open?
Kind of like steps aside, and then you hear shuffling in the back. Oh, sorry, I'll be right there. And you hear someone coming down the stairs, and you see a wood elf with braided hair. You can't really tell whether they're male or female, but they quickly approach and say, hello, sorry, I had to, sorry, I'm running just a little bit behind. Can I help you? My
Do you
name's
have a
Papa.
sex addict too?
A what?
A sex addict. Addict?
Oh, you heard about that already. No, not here. That's over at the Spirit's Hat.
Did you make that thing? It's really super cool.
Oh, the tree? No, that is, that's just one of my children.
You looked a little young for kids.
The tree kind of, like, tilts its top half. They help out around here.
Hey.
And no,
She looks around for more.
I'm sorry?
She looks around for more. When she said they.
She sees that, or they see that, and they say that they're not all here. There was a bit of how do I say it? A very busy moment in my life when we had some magical awakening, you might say. Most of my children have started a shipping business.
Oh, that must be really fun. We're gonna open a business. That's kind of why we're here.
You mean at the
The eyesore down around the corner, yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to call it an eyesore, but it could use a new coat of paint. That's true.
We're thinking of trying it into a hospital.
A hospital. That's actually quite nice. I can provide you with a number of herbs to help get you started.
Oh,
I manage potions myself.
Oh, me too!
Do you now?
I do. I made this one, and I pull out. I don't know what I made, but I made this, and I made this. You probably don't want to drink that one.
No, I can already tell.
What?
Well,
I didn't hear what you said.
She said no, I can already tell. Well, I have a number of herbal remedies to supply to your medical facility.
Yeah,
So
that is what it's.
It's a working title.
we'll come up with some really nice name for it.
Well,
I'd be delighted to work with you for that, because then between Lime and you, we could get all kinds of herbal remedies, potions, things like that.
yes, I have plenty of remedies that are herbal, along with a few potions. If you're ever in need of any.
Do you have ingredients?
Oh, of course.
Can I buy some ingredients for a health potion? Like, I know how to make it, but I kind of lost a lot of stuff in the sewers.
Oh, absolutely, that's fine. How much do you need?
I guess enough for one. I really can't afford much more.
To make one potion?
I mean, I guess I could go and see if the Apothecary Guild could give me some, but I don't want to impose.
Well, I have connections in the Apothecary Guild.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm an apothecary in the Apothecaries Guild here in town.
Oh, I am myself as well. It's a pleasure to meet you. And they,
She's really like happy.
well, um, I certainly look forward to working with you. I can provide. I have quite a bit of stock. If you need for healing, for one potion to make one potion, it would be 25 gold's worth of supplies.
I can do that. Does anybody else need anything?
Not presently, no.
The only thing I think I would ask about is the soil here good enough for a fungal garden?
I'm sorry.
I want in the more open area behind the house. There's a nice, good place for like a little herb garden to grow and things like that. And I wanted to start a fungal garden.
Oh, I would recommend. I would recommend making sure that the that you set aside a place. I can help you with that. I actually have a greenhouse on the roof.
Oh, that'd be delightful. Thank you.
Of course.
And I think the only other thing I would ask about is, do you need any help with things? Because fixing that place up is going to be quite costly. And I would love to offer any help I can for work, basically.
I suppose I could use a little bit of assistance. I'm not super strapped, but if you are willing to assist in helping me here, I could offer a little bit. Yes.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
And then you were buying 25 gold worth, Dido?
Yeah, of ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So I can
easy
make it
enough, yeah. Yeah, easy enough she can supply that. So whenever you have time, you just make we'll make a roll and see how much you can make with it and how much time it takes.
Lovely. Today's been quite nice compared to yesterday.
Oh, that's good to
I don't
know.
remember
Yes.
much yesterday.
It's
It was the reason why she lost ingredients in the sewer.
you see the this tree kind of like moving back and forth, moving supplies around, and it just shifts, and you don't see any eyes or anything, but you just hear wah.
Wow.
Wah.
Should we see about making this thing official and seeing if Jalister has any money making goods for us?
Sure. Plus we need to go appraise the spell book, and then we can go give Volothamp a talk to, and it's a really nice neighborhood. I like this place.
Very interesting.
Were you all going to stop by any other buildings?
I don't think so right now. I think we're gonna go get that book appraised.
Mhm.
Yep, so I think it's off to the spirit tap with us
You're-
for our lunch with a side of booze.
Yeah, if you're looking to get the book appraised, Fala can point you in the direction of the bookworm's treasure.
Lovely.
Well, we already know what's in it, but it can't hurt to stop by if it's on the way or nearby.
Mhm.
I mean, it's good to get to know your neighbors, right?
Very true.
Yes, very true.
Especially if we're going to set up that that hospital facility because we're gonna want to make sure we know the
Especially
place.
when
We
you
know
might set loose a virus.
Well, hopefully we won't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But
Elizabeth just chuckles, knowing what, having a vague knowledge of what Lime does in her spare time.
Elizabeth has dealt with a lot of Lime's mishaps.
She kept me funded for quite some time.
well, we do thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Of course, not a problem. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you kindly.
You too.
Right, so you all are heading to which spot now?
Bookworm's treasure to sell a book.
Bookworm's treasure. As you're walking down the road, you do pass another building that doesn't have it. It seems really unremarkable, except for an orange and black sign featuring a cat's eyes.
Ooh. This looks intriguing. Wouldn't hurt to spend a moment poking our heads in, would it?
Lest the door was equipped with a guillotine.
This is very true, and would also be very disconcerting for any future people who want to walk in at headless bodies everywhere.
We can pop in and say, "Hi, we're new to the neighborhood."
Alright, so...
After you.
Which one then are you going towards?
The little, like, tiger's eye
Tiger's Eye?
sun
Yep.
door.
So you approach the building, and as you open the door and step through, suddenly everything goes grayscale, and you hear soft saxophone music playing, and from the back you hear someone narrating, and you just hear the voice. They came into my office. I had been expecting them, but I expected 4, not 3. But they were certainly part of those who were coming to this neighborhood. I knew them well. One,
You just see Eleanor, like, whipping around back and forth, like, what the hell's going on?
a woman with the power of fungal at her fingertips. Another playing with life and death and disease. And third, one who counters the grim darkness with the power of the grave. And you see stepping out there's a tall man, completely grayscale, of course, wearing a trench coat and a hat. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Detective Vincent Trench.
Oh, hello there. Why is it like this?
They asked me a question I couldn't quite grasp. I wasn't sure what they were referring to. I'm sorry, my dear. What are you referring to?
I'm not the only one seeing this, right? And she's kind of like waving her hand around. It's just, where's the color?
No, you're not crazy. I do believe it's something magical is obvious, but
I'm not the best to ask. I'm a little bit crazy. Too many chemicals.
she's seeing everything in color, but wacky fucking like blown out color.
You all hear, the color issue. And they didn't realize that they had stepped into a noir scene. I assure you, my my fine ladies, this has always been like this.
Oh. That's a very
Lime
odd...
starts skittering around like she's in a noir movie.
It was understandable that they were uncertain to this new change of events, but they didn't realize that the world was cast in grays. But I knew why they were here, newcomers to this little alley of ours. Well, it is a pleasure to meet all of you, and I'm welcoming you to the neighborhood.
A pleasure to officially meet, I'd imagine. You seem to have quite the backlog of information on us.
It's true, I'm quite good at my work. I make it my business to know everyone who comes and goes. If you ever need the work of an investigator as skilled as myself, look me up.
I certainly wouldn't mind that. Though, if you know lots of information, I actually do have a question.
I had expected this. They were searching for answers, ways to pay off the cost of this new property. But I knew that if they did, they would have a flourishing business. They had allies they weren't even aware of. Of course, what's your question, my dear?
Well, you certainly just answered it. She kind of goes up like, haha. It's going to cost a good bit of gold to fix up the place that we were gifted by Volfin, and we're looking to see if you knew the best people in town to borrow money from.
I didn't know the answer to this question.
I already
But
told
there were
you.
a few
I know somebody.
opportunities. I'm sorry, what was that?
I
Well,
was
yes,
just
you
reminding
know,
Eleanor that I know somebody.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but we need to look at all the avenues, because what if they can't offer the amount of gold that we need?
They can't offer the amount of gold we need. We are in big trouble.
Okay, that's fair.
Well,
Miss-
not us, but they are in big trouble.
Miss Cholera was correct. She did have contacts that could point her in the right direction, but there were more as well. Of course, there are a few people you can go to for assistance. I'll let this one be free for you, as a token of welcome. The woman Nimue can assist you if you were so inclined to be indebted to her. There's also your contacts back at the all-new portal. And they can point you in the right direction of folks who can help as well. They didn't know it now, but there was help coming for all of them. Little bits of assistance that they would do for a bit of light work. But that was something that even I had yet to learn.
Wow. Well, that's... I'm going to have to come here a lot more often to talk to you, because there's a whole bevy of information I can learn.
I must tell you that information's not always cheap.
That's understandable.
I knew they'd be back. But now was just setting the precedent to meet them. Well, it was a pleasure making all of your acquaintances. I'm sure we will meet in the future.
I hope so. It's been quite a pleasure.
And
But I
Indeed it
hope
does.
it's not as a patron at the medical facility, but as our guest.
oh no, I aim to be quite healthy.
Knowing what you do, I'd imagine there are others that aim to sully that diet of yours.
Oh, I've made enemies, of course. But I've also made allies.
Very interesting. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
And we will head to the worm.
It's the bookworm.
Alright. Heading to the Bookworm's Treasure. Bookworm. Worm as in dragon, not worm. The front of this bookstore is adorned with a very charming sign of a gold dragon curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls. As you walk inside, it is decorated with very fine, beautiful hardwood. And the scent of earthy old books. The library is 2 floors, and it seems to contain more shelves than it should be able to hold. But in the back there is a scaly figure, dragonborn, gold scales, with a small pair of glasses sitting on his snout, and he looks up from the book and says, guests, I am Richard. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lime. This is Elizabeth and Eleanor.
It is
We're trying to make some money to fix up what's going to be a medical facility down around the corner, up the street a little bit. Maybe. I'm kind of lost.
I know the building you speak of. What can I do for you?
We were just meeting our neighbours for the time being, though.
Well,
We do have in our possession a spell book, if you'd be so interested to look it over.
well, then allow me to officially welcome you to the neighborhood. I am happy to see new faces. Please, let me see this book.
Yes. Here you go.
Um,
It only contains a handful of spells, though. I don't suppose you'd know if it's worth anything useful.
he opens it and starts leafing through it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first level spells and 1 second level, I think.
I think they're all first.
Are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means
Yeah, they're all first.
gotcha. Yeah, so that would be I see. I am willing to purchase this book for you if you are interested. I can pay you, and he kind of like looks over the spells on the inside. Yes, I can pay you 87 gold and 5 silver.
That sounds quite agreeable to me.
It's almost
She
a-
says as she looks around to her allies.
Do
Hmm?
100 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, good. 20.
20. And you see him think for a minute, kind of stare at the book, looks over to a few blank scrolls and back of the book, kind of like strokes the bottom of his scaly jaw and is like, very well, 100 gold.
Delightful. We're already a tenth of the way there.
But he'll exchange that for you, so you can sell that book for 100 gold.
Fantastic. Thank you.
That's mighty agreeable of you.
I'll just chuck that down on my sheet. I'd imagine it's going straight to the carpenter anyway.
It was a pleasure. And he takes the book and tucks it behind the desk to handle later. Is there anything else I can offer?
I can't help but notice you've got stacks of vellum and scrolls and such.
Yes.
I am vaguely familiar with cleric spells. I could offer my services to help you write some scrolls if you have extra work lying around.
You are offering to write scrolls of these spells at your disposal.
I could certainly try.
You see him think for a minute. This will require the use of magical ink. Are you fully capable of doing this?
Well, I can't say I'm a cartographer or anything, but I know the spells.
If you are able to do this, I will accept.
I should have actually checked first, but is that something I can do? I always forget the rules for scrolls.
Normally it's an arcane thing, but I know there are, like, divine spell scrolls, or spell scrolls that have divine spells. I would probably just use the same rules for it. Yeah, I could say you could put in time to do it to make a spell scroll of spells you know.
Cure wounds and shit like that.
Yeah, you can probably do that.
Yes, if you have need of, well, I'll be blunt, very basic divine spells, send over the resources and I can have it back to you in a jiffy.
If you are intending to scribe spell scrolls, I prefer that they are done here, where the materials are.
That would be much easier.
Appreciated.
Just leave a message at the Spirit Tap.
Very well.
I'll most likely frequent the pub for breakfast most mornings.
Or, we have our own plate.
It's probably easier to find me at the Spirit Tap.
Not only that, but until we get our place up and running, it wouldn't exactly be the best place to bring people and information there. Whereas Spirit Tap is established, it's got a nice information-based clientele. I'm sure they wouldn't mind catching a message or two for us.
Okay.
Alright.
About what time of day is it now? After, visiting all of our neighbors?
I'd say it's pushing the afternoon at this point. As
So do we want...
As y'all step outside, though, there's a white cat that kind of prances its way up to the group of you, and it goes straight up to Eleanor, and then you hear it speak. Interested in joining the Emerald Enclave? Come meet us at Falcomere in the Southern Ward. And immediately after it speaks those words, dashes off.
She's doing that, like, looks back and forth. What just happened?
A stray cat came up, rubbed its leg on you, and ran away.
It asked me if I wanted to join something called the Emerald Enclave?
Do I
We
know
are having
anything
a
about
very
the Emerald
strange morning.
Enclave? Can I roll to see if I know anything about the Emerald Enclave?
Yeah, roll a history check.
14?
Yeah, the Emerald Enclave is a very prominent group, mostly composed of druids and clerics of nature, rangers, the kind of outdoorsy types. These are like people who are interested in basically preserving balance within Waterdeep and kind of maintaining it. So, druidy people.
I will relay that information that I know about them. Yeah, they like people who like to balance things out. You know, you might harm them, but you can also heal them. I mean, I don't think they're looking for it in one person, but
Oh, delightful. In the Southern Ward? South Ward?
It is in. Oops. Yep, in the Southern Ward. I will post it for you.
Thank you. Well,
I mean, but that's if you're interested in joining, you know, like a group of people.
Well, I wouldn't mind that. I have a new circle of acquaintances and potential friends, but I mean, you have your alchemist guild. Maybe this is something similar to that. Would you mind if I stop by there after we visit the yawning portal?
Not at all. We've got nothing better going for us at the moment.
Excellent.
Alright, so should we go put a down payment on our new place?
I'm trying to find it. Send me a message. Who is Elizabeth's patron or deity?
Columbo. Oh, sorry, you said send a message.
That's fine.
You said send a message.
Yeah, that was if you didn't want other folks to know.
There goes Shane, breaking all the rules.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like she hides that or anything.
That's fair. Can't do that one yet. So what's the plan? Where are you all going?
Back to the spirit type, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to go put a down payment on getting our building started.
Right. Yeah, we'll go and chuck 100 gold his way.
So maybe they'll at least start the work.
Okay. Yeah, you can get started on that.
So that's what, 100 of 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright.
900
900 more to go.
And keep in
Well,
mind,
that was just for the initial furnishings. That's
That-
not for
that
the
is- that is-
permits and
yes,
stuff.
you still don't have. You would still have to pay for the permits and stuff.
Which is fine. We have a
Wait,
set
you'll
goal
have-
just
yeah.
to fill it.
You'll
and-
have time to do it though too.
Okay, cool.
They're not going to immediately say, "Hey, you have to pay all this like now up front."
Yeah, I
Or
figured.
we'll break your legs.
Yeah, no, they give you like a month to get this stuff settled.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like Eleanor had the same mindset of somebody walking into Animal Crossing, where this guy's like, "You owe $1 bajillion. Now we're not going to break your legs for it anytime soon, so just take your time." It's like, okay.
um, as you all are, so you're all heading back to the Yawning Portal then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
On your way there. There's a paper that's folded in the shape of a bird that comes spinning, and it just floats down and lands right in front of the three of you.
I'll pick it up
You pick it up,
and I'll open it.
unfolding it. It is a letter, and on it says, "Renair tells us you're a good bet. He bought you tickets to an opera at the Light Singer Theater in the Sea Ward. If you're interested, meet Mert at intermission. Private box C. Formal attire is required for admittance." And there's a date on there.
For how long? Or for when?
For, I'll say, roll me on 1d3.
Mm. Three.
3 days from now.
Something about an opera. We gotta be fancy. I kind of just nonchalantly handed to one of the other girls. Not interested. Because this is as fancy as she gets, and she's not dressing up anymore.
Well, this does put a bit of a damper on things because fancy attire, well, I can just sort of clean my usual clothing and it'll be fine, but those are expensive for most people.
Yes, I don't believe they'd let someone fresh out of surgery into their opera house.
It's true.
I
but
need to
we
go
could
to
have
something.
What
we
was
could-
on it?
I'm sorry?
The name on the letter was Melanor?
The name was, they said Renair said you're a good bet, and the name on there is Mert.
Mert. Okay. Mert.
Mert during intermission.
Intermission, fancy clothes. Animal.
Was it box C seating
Something.
or something?
Ignore the
Oh, there we go, yeah.
ignore the tonight part, because I've already said it's 3 days from now.
Light Singer Theater Seaboard.
I mean, I passed the note off.
I mean, we don't have to pay for the tickets, which are always outrageously expensive too. So all we need to come up with are some nice clothes.
I don't like clothes.
Well, you only have to wear for a little bit. And then you can burn them or sell them or whatever you want to do with them. And it has been a while since I've seen an opera. That'd be delightful.
Maybe we'll just send Astro. She seems the opera type.
I mean, I used to attend these when I was young. I wouldn't mind going. Plus, if Rainier suggests something, he seemed a pretty alright fellow.
As long as it's
Wouldn't hurt
Rainier
to
and
hear
not
what
that
this.
Bolo.
Wouldn't hurt to see who this Mert is and what he has to say. Maybe it's more money.
Very true.
Maybe
And
I can borrow clothes from the pretty girl at the bar.
Well, I'm sure there's a tailor nearby or somewhere in the area we
I
could
don't want to
find.
buy clothes.
Well, no, you can rent them too.
Now, buying clothes might not actually be that bad an idea, considering we've been rubbing shoulders with some fancy individuals lately. It might be useful to be able to blend in with their kind here and there.
This is true. Also, for
You
you, Lime, we
say
could
as
find
I
an
walk on all
outfit.
fours.
While true, there is such a thing as a glamour. And what it is
Yes.
it makes whatever you're normally wearing look different. So you could still keep your normal attire, but then when Mr. Fancy Pants shows up, you could snap your fingers and poof, you're in a really pretty dress or really lovely fancy attire.
Suddenly, Lime is disguised as a dog. One of those fancy dogs that people don't mind taking into
Little
places.
bow tie around the neck and everything. The possibilities are endless with illusionary magic.
I don't know much about this illusionary magic, but
Of course, that stuff's usually super expensive too, so.
we got 3 days to figure it out.
It shouldn't be too bad, especially if we can get some money for it, and then maybe this will lead to more money and more opportunities.
Okay. You know, I'm always a fan of money.
I think that's probably something we all definitely agree with.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll tuck this away, and when we get back, we'll show Asterope, see what she wants to do.
Right?
And you don't have to take these. They're just
I am a goldfish with a 2-minute long attention span, so I will find every hook and follow it. We will know everybody in this city.
If there's money, Lime will follow it.
Yeah. We'll call our group the Exchange because we're all about that gold.
The exchange. Alright, continuing on, I guess, to the portal.
as you enter the yawning portal, you do see there's the normal faces. There's Bonnie, Dernan, a few other people kind of sitting around, and you do see your contact Jalister as well as Bolothan.
I'm going. I'm assuming Bolo and Jalister are at 2 different tables.
Yes.
I am going to run and jump on Volo's table right in front of him, like in his face.
Yep, you do that, and he looks up immediately and goes, "Ah, it's my friend. What can I do
You
for
owe
you,
us-
Lime?
You can give me 900 gold.
I don't
You
have
owe us
that
money.
as pocket change."
I give him a little shake. You owe us for that rundown. And then I'm gonna go over.
I'm giving
Yeah.
you a really good property in a very nice neighborhood.
With
She doesn't hear
nothing-
it. She's
with-
already gone.
With barely anything in it, and it's dirty. People have been calling it the eyesore of Troll Skull Alley.
Well, nobody has been living in it, and it could use a new coat of paint, but it is property. It's more valuable than what I was offering you before.
I mean, yes, this is very true, and it's also going to cost us money instead of rewarding us with it for a while, which is kind of why we're here.
Well, I suppose if you want, I can I can just sell it to someone else and pay you the 400 you wanted before.
Well, no, we're here to ask about lending services, and who you would
Oh,
consider trustworthy, so we can we have some rough estimates. Like the furnishings will be about 1,000 gold. Um, that's not including things like permits and
as
things.
long as
And
you don't borrow money from the Xanathars or the Zentarum, and they will break your legs.
oh yeah, no, we're first off, those guys in the sewers were dicks, and if that's the impression of the people that they hire, I
Yeah,
don't
they
want
also
anything to do
kidnapped
with their money.
Floon. They also kidnapped Floon. They are terrible people.
Yeah, I don't want their money. It's gross.
I don't want their money. It's gross. They have cooties.
Um, I know a few people. I can get you in contact with people who can lend you money if that's what you're looking for.
Also, kind of, sort of didn't bring the magistrate to finalize the paperwork.
Oh, that's okay. I can. I just need the. Whoever wants it in their name will have to be there. We can go straight to the courthouse whenever you're ready.
Okay, that's mainly why we're here, just to see if you knew, like Lime knows some people, but it's good to touch base, see, get all the options.
And I feel bad for not having the full amount for you before, but I know this will be much more beneficial to you.
Well, I do appreciate it because Elizabeth had a really nice suggestion on what we could do with the place. So
Well, that's
once we
wonderful.
get it all fixed up, it should be up and running, and we'll start making that money back in no time.
Um, Lime, you went up to
Jalister. I kind of did the same thing to him as I did to Volo, but I just kind of sat there and just kind of went and like tilted my head at him like like a curious dog.
mm, Lime, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm gonna talk in his head. It's been better. We need to make some money.
Oh. I mean, I can help with that if you need help.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, the Lord's Alliance is looking for some work to be done. If you're interested in doing a little bit, they pay pretty decently.
Well, I mean, they haven't done me too wrong since I've been here.
I can get you work if you want. Or were you actually looking for like someone to lend money, worker money, either way?
Well, I mean, you know my contact from back home, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I asked if he knew the Van Thamper contact in town.
Van Dapper. Yeah, I think so. What about them?
Well, I mean, I kind of work for them, and they're moneylenders, so I don't think they would have a problem lending me money. I mean, I am the one that they hired to find a cure for their son, so if I need the money for finding a cure for him, they're probably going to give it to me, right?
I mean, probably if you work for them and you're looking to help their son, you need to get a message to them. I mean, they're in Boulder State, right?
Yeah, I know they have somebody here. I think I know where they are. I had some really strong champagne, whiskey. Whew, it knocked me on my bottom.
Really? Where'd you
So
get
I don't
that?
really remember. The Spirit Tap over.
There is immediately a look of recognition and he nods. Yeah, I know the place.
Yeah, my friends and I were thinking of setting up a hospice exchange.
That's not a
all
bad
of
idea.
your. So we kind of need some money so we can get that going.
Yeah, I can give you a little bit of work if you wanted to try.
Yeah, who do I need to talk to? Jal.
Well, for work, that'll be me. I'd be your contact for the Lord's Alliance. There's, let's see. I mean, first thing that comes to mind, there's a gang war that's causing unrest through the city. We've offered protection to members of the Dung Sweepers Guild, and if you want to do some bodyguard work, you can meet them at Mule's Hole Tavern on Ship Street. That's in the dock ward. Yeah, 6 bells. You just guard them as they work. And you just do that for a 10-day.
Dock ward bodyguard. I mean, I'm kind of small for a bodyguard, but, I think we can handle something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you scrap in here before.
That can be pretty scrappy.
You are pretty scrappy.
Thank you, Jal. I'll put a scraggly arm around him.
Yeah,
Probably
no problem.
very stinky. She hasn't showered in God knows how long.
He holds it, but that's basically what he told you.
So, if you get bored, you see that guy over there? And I kind of, point my head towards Volo.
Oh yeah, what was that? I know.
He kind of screwed us over, so if you get bored, you can kind of, I don't know, rough him up a little bit.
He kind of does that occasionally. He means well, he's just... Underhand is not the right word. It's, he means well. He's just not good at handling situations. And he did that to a group a couple years back. Man, they were as pissed as you guys are now, I'm sure.
I'd imagine. Were they able to turn it around when he did it to them?
Yeah, I mean, they opened the spirit tap.
Double take. Because she, of course, has kind of wandered around while...
Yeah, I figured.
Wait, no, I'm not even
Well,
there.
most
That's
of
right,
it-
because
well,
he's asking
My
Volo about
part of the
moneylender.
conversation.
Huh?
So he kind of looks like he's talking to himself right now.
Yeah. He
Because
does.
my words are in his head. But he has to talk out loud.
Yeah, he doesn't have mind talk.
That's right. I was like, wait, I'm not even there. Forget what I just said. I'm over by Volo being like, we need money. I'll break your legs.
Alright,
Can I
thank you,
get
Jack.
a-
Well,
Can I draw a Xanathar tattoo on my head? That's scary.
when do we need to report for duty?
Well, you can start today if you'd like. You just need to protect him for a 10-day.
I think that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we just finished a kidnapping case.
Yeah, you can check on at the place I mentioned in 6 hours.
Thank you again. I'll leave and
Not
go
a
back
problem.
to everybody else. Right, so my friend Zhao gave us a job. We just have to, watch a doc, a person. We just have to be bodyguards for a 10-day.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we gotta do. He says it pays pretty good. We can start today if we want.
Yeah, sounds good enough to me. Assuming we have time off to go to the opera in a few days. Or perhaps we could take our Mark with us. We all know the theatre is very safe.
You'd be watching a few people and their dung sweepers.
Hmm.
I don't
I think
they
the
could
word
get,
dung implies
yeah, I don't
not
think they
formal
could get
attire.
in.
Or, I mean, I can watch a couple of people. If you guys want to go to the opera, then I don't have to buy clothes.
That might work. I think it would be silly to pass up this opportunity to go to the opera. It seems like... Well, we all saw what message they sent us. It was a flying piece of paper. They clearly have, well, very nice paper, if at the very least.
Really nice paper.
But it seems like a business proposition.
Shay, where would I have to go to find my Van Thamper connections here in town?
I'm sorry?
The moneylender connections that Lime has. Where would I have to go to find them in town?
Probably. Let me get back to the map. Probably somewhere in the Docks Ward or Southern Ward. Probably the Docks Ward.
Alright. At some point today, I'm gonna go find them. Preferably alone.
Okay.
And sign us up to a group contract that's legally binding for thousands of gold.
Suddenly, Nimue arrives with a couple sheets of paper. I need you to sign this.
It's a possibility.
Oh,
So do we
let's
want to
see.
see what Asterope thinks of the being a bodyguard?
Sure.
Yeah.
For a week and a half?
A 10-day, which is basically a week, and it's a week in this world is 10 days, basically.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
For 10 days.
Well, go visit this Emerald Enclave and then
Lime
bring all
has
the
done
information
a lot of
here.
drugs.
And then bring all this information to Asterope.
Alright. Emerald Enclave. So, let's see. Okay, so you head to Falconer in the that's about a block south of the Colak Towers. This place is owned by noble families, but when you make it there, and you ask around, you are directed to a half-elf druid named Melanor. But they look up from working in these in these gardens as it appeared. They're dressed as a groundskeeper, but they look up and say, "Can I help you?"
Yes, hello. So kind of like smooth her outfit down. A small cat told me about this place.
Oh, right. Well, I know who you're talking about. I'll be your main contact. You must be Eleanor.
Oh yes, that's me.
Well, right this way. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Ha. Okay. So he just says you'll have to meet the lady of these grounds. One moment. Jareth and after a moment, you hear a woman's voice, disembodied, and you just hear, "Yes, I know. Hello, Eleanor."
She's kind of just looking around, but hello.
I apologize. I am in another state at the moment.
Oh no, that's quite alright.
I reached out to you. You'll speak to Melanor for most of your work, but if you're interested in assisting the Emerald Enclave, we do have work for you. Membership,
Sure.
even.
Well, I certainly wouldn't turn that kind of opportunity down.
If you're interested in membership, I can offer you something.
Absolutely.
Very well. Consider this a boon. And you feel magic on you, and you receive a charm of restoration. This new tab is going to post this for you. Here we go. None of those are charms. Charm of restoration. Look. And tell. Whoops. That's no. Yeah. Last box down there. So you notice that some of the mushrooms on your outfit start to like brighten and grow more healthy. But you feel yourself suffused with magic.
Oh, this is quite pleasant.
If you're interested in being a member of the Emerald Enclave, you can look forward to more of this. Now, Now, I am Jareth Falcon. Melanor will be your contact. They can offer you your first work. And the voice fades. And Melanor kind of looks up and is like, yeah, sure. Well, Outline Farms, if you're interested, they're being terrorized by a scarecrow come to life. It's killing livestock, chasing horses away, and spooking farmers. Nobody's been killed yet, so the city guard is dragging its heels, but something has to be done.
Well, I'll definitely look into taking care of that.
Alright.
For one thing, scarecrows are already unsettling, so when they've come to life and are attacking people, it's ruining things, that needs to be taken care of.
Yes, natural things. Alright, well, I'll see you in a bit. Don't get torn to shreds.
I shall try not, thank you. And I will return as soon as I've taken care of this.
Very well. I think, does anyone have anything else they wanted to try to do?
Nope.
Nope.
Other than my alone time, getting the money we need to fix up.
Where is Elizabeth right now?
I'd imagine still at the yawning portal. She probably just sat down at the bar and
Started drinking.
regaled Durnan about how fucking So yeah, the other day, you know how I had that dream where organs were moving? Well, yeah, the other day I saw a brain that was actually moving. Almost killed my mate. Funny.
I've seen worse.
What was that? I didn't quite
He
catch
just like he just says, "Seen worse."
it. Yeah, I could imagine living with the, hole to hell over there.
Norfolks. And he's going about filling drinks, and he only says like 1 or 2 words every time he talks. Got company.
But yeah, until our friends get back, she's just gonna sit there and idly chat.
He kind of like looks over your shoulder and then just glances at you and says, "Company." And you hear footsteps kind of step up behind you. Are you Elizabeth Gallows?
I am. Should I be concerned?
No, I'm Savra Belladranta. I'm a knight of the Order of the Gauntlet. You're a follower of Kellenbrook, correct?
I feel I should repeat my question. But yes, I am.
I don't imagine why you would be concerned. Oh wait, you said... Yeah, Kellenborn.
Yeah.
Kellenborn's not evil.
No. I had trouble finding a deity because, well, all of them are all the ones that align with my fucking what's it called? It's not a
Right.
circle, that's a druid thing.
Domain.
Domain, yeah.
Domain, that's the one. All of them, all of the death gods are
Usually
kind
either-
of evil, except Kellenvor,
Yeah.
so it was a natural fit.
I work for the Order of the Gauntlet, and normally we tend to. Most of our members are worshippers of Helm, Torm, or Tyr, but Kellenborg is a great bane against the undead. There's work to be had if you're interested.
I believe I've got some work pending, but do continue.
Well, it's not.
I'm not one to pass up work.
It's not necessary, but we are seeking potential recruits. We hear that the Zents are paying gangs in the field war to attack suspected Xanathar guild members. Because of that, fights are breaking out on the ward daily. We're just looking for people to help stop a fight before it happens. We need to send a message to these thugs, or that future altercations just won't be tolerated.
Through violence? Or do you expect to send an actual message? Because I think that won't really work.
Preferably avoiding violence. The object is to stop the fight before it happens, but if it comes to it, basically we want you to shake down the gangs in the area and make sure that they don't break into any more conflicts. If conflict does break out, just be prepared to defend yourself. It's a perfectly acceptable thing.
No offense, but it does sound like a futile effort. I can certainly give it a try, but considering these gangs, they're not one to put down their way of life so easily.
Perhaps not, but we still must try.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, that's the offer. That's all I came to say. If you
Would
need,
this be compensated? No, would we be compensated for our work?
that depends. Are you looking to join the order or just do work for them?
That is a difficult question. I'd need to put in more research before I...
If you're looking to earn a bit of gold, I can pay you for this job. That would be it. If you're looking to enter the order, then I can get you into the Order of the Gauntlet if this mission goes well.
That is a difficult choice. Could it be both?
Well, if you're going to work for the Gauntlet, eventually you'll start making money with them as well as other rewards. But if you're just looking for a bit of quick coin, then I can offer you money for this job.
What do I know about the gauntlets? Can I make a roll to
Yeah, roll me history.
try and work that out? Straight what, sorry?
History.
Oh, sorry.
You know that the Order of the Gauntlet is noble knight fighty boys.
I see.
That's about all you know.
Night fighty boys.
Noble knight
Yeah.
fighty boys.
I'll tell you what. I'll take your request, and I'll have a friendly word with these gang members. While I consider either of your offers.
That's acceptable. You will be able to find me if once you're finished. You'll be able to find me in the halls of justice at the Temple of Tyr.
The Halls of Justice at the Temple of Tyr. No worry.
It's just west of the market and the castle. Can't miss it.
I don't believe you have a convenient thing to copy and paste. Or should I write down
Oh, yes.
everything that I need to do?
Sure. So, well, nah, you want to do that with a mind. Mind. All right. I'm sorry, Dido. I was going to get to your get to your contact. I was going to try to get to your contact. But I think we're running short of time, and I gotta find out what Ren's up to.
Okay.
So I think we'll call it here. Thank you, everyone who came out. Glad to have you back, Dido.
Yeah.
Glad to be back to this. But yeah, did anyone want to do quick outros or have anything to say?
You can catch me Monday night on Swindler's Den
Alrighty,
Twitch channel.
sounds good.
You can catch me tomorrow and Monday night here on Partywipegames for Curse of Strahd tomorrow and a homebrewed game on Monday called Blood Moon Rising.
Yeah.
I don't do anything except this, so catch me here next week.
Alright. But yeah, that'll be it. This is Waterdeep Dragon Heist for Partywipegames channel. I am Shay. I'm the dungeon mistress for this game. You can also catch, as mentioned before, Curse of Strahd tomorrow, which we will be enacting the finale. You can catch Blood Moon Rising, which is a horror-themed D&D game, on Mondays. And then Tuesdays we have Vampire the Masquerade. Wednesdays, Rendisk will be playing on Encounter Roleplay's channel for Cult. Very dark and body horror, creepy stuff going on there.
And be sure to vote in Twitter polls to make sure bad stuff happens to Rin.
Yep, you can make bad stuff happen. Then there's let's see, Thursdays is Scum and Villainy on Partywipegames, and then Fridays I am trying to finish up The Wind Up Girl for the book reading.
Yeah.
Myself, I am an artist. You can catch me usually Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, where I draw various art stuffs and commissions. So actually tomorrow I'll be getting started on some emotes. That'll be fun to do. And that's usually at 5:30 East, just before the games. But that's it. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Thank you for coming.
I have to move over to the other computer. One sec.
Camera change.